What's up, folks? How are we doing today? Yes. Yeah, we have it's been a long time uh since I've been on. So we've been building some things and doing some other things to straighten everything out. So uh I got another business I'm building right now. So but now we back on the stream and I just felt that I had to come and talk about election season is around, it's coming up, and I just want to talk about the black vote, you know, and there's been some, you know, rumbling inside of the Democratic Party because I think they're feeling the pressure that black people may not come out and vote for Joe Biden and the Democrats in the national election as they did before. And you know, the real I would imagine I would ask the question, why should we? Right? Because Joe Biden and the Democrats got in power because of the black vote. We gave you the Senate by way of Georgia because of black votes. When um, Joe Biden was losing in the primaries, we gave you South Carolina. Yeah, Joe Biden, none of those folks would be in power because of. And when they got in power, they actually gave us the middle finger as they got in power. They gave everybody else tangibles except for black Americans. Not only have they not given us anything that we vote for, because I want you to understand, I want my black people to understand, stop voting. We got to stop voting on emotions. You see, voting politics is a quid pro quo type of thing. I vote for you because you give me something. If you don't give me nothing, I don't vote for you. That's how we don't vote blue no matter who. That is not, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. So black people, I think that you have to stop voting with your emotions, and you need to stop voting for your interests. Your interests. You understand? So if um, immigration and abortion and LGBTQ is not your interest, then you shouldn't vote for that. And I'm not saying whether you should vote for a Democrat or Republican. I'm saying vote your interest. Who is offering your interest? If no one is, it's not a it's not a crime to sit it out and let them duke it out because it really doesn't matter which master holds the whip as far as you're concerned. You see? But, you know, I think that there is a growing dissatisfaction in the black community of the Democratic Party now. And people would say, what the Republicans ain't gonna do a damn thing. What the Republicans gonna do? So you a Donald Trump? They're not gonna do nothing. The question is, what has the Democrats done for black people lately? And we've given them power. We haven't given the Republicans power. We gave the Democrats power. And they have stuck their middle finger in your face. They've urinated on top of your head and said that it was raining. You see? Meanwhile, they give everybody else. Do you see this immigration thing that's going on right now in our country? Do you see what's going on? These people come in, get your resources, they get thousands of dollars, rent paid for 6 months. Can you imagine if you, the regular citizen, was able to get that? Now they're doing it with your tax dollars while you're grinding, while inflation is killing you. This is what the Democrats are doing right now. They're the ones in power. So these are the ones we're talking about right now. Inflation is high. Everything is high. Gas is high. Food is high. And they got money to bring in and take care of other people while you're barely strapping on and making it. Just think about that for a second. You got people struggling out here. You got veterans. You got people laying in the middle of the streets. We all see them out on the corner begging. But they got money for people who are not even, and they try to call them migrants. These are illegal immigrants. They are illegals. What they're doing is breaking the law. We have laws against this stuff. They're breaking the law. And our government is implicit in this law breaking. But let your child mistakenly steal a piece of bubble gum out the store. They had a police rolling up on you like you done, yeah, like you done shot the sheriff or the president. That's how they roll up on you. But these folks can break all type of rules, come here and get your resources. You get nothing but higher taxes. It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable of what's going on here. You see? So I'm just going to play a video. And let me just give you an example, though. They get higher, we get higher taxes. They get a leg up. And in a few years, those folks will be, especially black people, they'll be above you. They'll give them loans to put up, to start up businesses and stuff like that in your neighborhoods and force you to buy from them. And then these same people who was given everything will turn around and tell you, how did you, what's wrong with you black people? Well, I came here in 5 years and I worked and pulled myself up by my bootstraps, which is a lie. They gave you assistance when you came here. Assistance they didn't give us, never gave us. You were assisted when you came here. That's how you got to where you was. We was constantly blocked out. So this is what's happening. This video right here has come from my brother Phil Scott. But just listen, just for a quick second.
Stunned by what we found 4 days in Milwaukee. Now we have a year to the election. The Biden campaign says there's plenty of time to turn it around. But remember how important black voters were. They rescued his campaign in the primaries in South Carolina.
Right.
He won more than 9 in 10 black votes in just about every.
Right. You heard. They rescued his campaign in South Carolina. There is no Joe Biden unless we put him in there. There's no Democrats in control. And these folks have an all-out war against us. They're trying to completely erase us. It's unbelievable. Why should black people vote for the Democratic Party? You say, who should you? Well, we'll sit it out until somebody comes. There's going to be, if black people sit it out as a unison, doesn't matter which person holds the whip. We not getting nothing out of either of them. So why should we put either of them in power? Let them fight it out. And we need to do what we got to do on the grassroots. And then when somebody said, oh, we have to We want all of these folks vote. We have to do something. So when they're ready to do something, that's when we'll come out and vote for you. Until then, I don't care if the Republicans is in control. Ain't nothing different gonna happen now. It's gonna happen later. On the case with Ahmaud Arbery, it was the Biden administration that tried to give um, those guys who shot him an easier way out so they can go in federal prison. It was them who came down and argued. It wasn't the Donald Trump administration. What's the difference between them? There is no difference. But one thing is for sure. I'll give you one difference. Let me take that back. I'll give you one difference. Donald Trump wouldn't be allowing all these immigrants into your country, into your neighborhoods, taking all your resources, all the little bit of resources, these crumbs that they give you, they're letting somebody else come and get them now. And setting them up and giving them rent for 6 months. Imagine if you have a rent free for 6 months and they gave you $9,000 every month just to imagine how far you would be along. You'd be like, you know what I can do? This is what they're doing with your tax dollars. So one thing is for sure, Donald Trump didn't allow that to happen. You see? So, my people, I think we need to stop voting with your emotions, start voting your interests, or not vote at all if nobody has your interest. Don't be afraid to not do that. They act as if, oh, if he gets in here, you see what he's going to do. They're going to do this, and they're going to do that. Oh, you're not going to be able to vote. Oh, you're not going to. Abortion issue is not a black issue. Okay? All right.
Of the big battleground states, that constituency is a foundational element of his coalition. And watch this. Come to the streets of Milwaukee with us. He has a giant problem. Devontae Johnson is a foot soldier for democracy in one of its most crucial battlegrounds.
Hello, I'm Devontae from Black Leaders Organizing for Community.
This stop is encouraging.
I'm so happy that it's a black man out here that's going from door to door. She's a tough one.
Fellow organizer Des Woods, though, gets the response far more common these days.
I don't talk about religion.
Woods is trained to keep trying.
So are you not a voter?
When I want to, and right now I don't want to.
The predominantly black neighborhoods on Milwaukee's north side can look and feel forgotten.
One of the main things you hear about.
Canvassers meet often and share what they are hearing. Good-paying jobs are scarce. Rent is up. The streets used to be cleaner and safer.
Do y'all hear people say, it ain't?
You hear that? The rent is up. When they start evicting you out of your neighborhoods, raising up the prices of everything, and they're bringing all these other people in. That's what you're voting for. This is what Joe Biden and the Democrats are doing right now. It's all right.
That happen, it won't affect us at all. Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
That's all they be saying is like, ain't no change.
Wow.
So we see all these other areas. Block founder Angela Lang outlines this week's agenda and next November's stakes.
There's no way to win a statewide election that doesn't run through the black community. What happens
Right.
in Milwaukee can impact the rest of the state.
Do you hear what she said? There's no way to win the election. Even that black people have to understand the power that we do have in politics. If we don't vote, the Republicans will win. If we do vote, the Democrats will win. Unless we vote for the Republicans. But the Republicans ain't offering nothing for black people, so it makes it hard for black people to vote for them. So what we do is we don't vote at all. That's how the Republicans win. They win by default. We come out and vote against the Republicans, they lose. You see? So, yeah, let's continue.
Which ultimately can impact the rest of the country. No pressure.
The president was last here in August for a green energy event, and this old industrial site is being cleaned up with Biden infrastructure money. Putting in the work for Black America. But early spending on radio and TV ads targeting black voters is proof the campaign sees the problem. Those ads don't mention one issue critical here.
People are wondering, what is he doing in terms of police accountability and criminal justice reform?
Lang also says the president better show up more.
People always want to.
Let me stop there. I hear you, sister. She said, what we're going to do about criminal justice reform. Black people, that's not the only thing we care about is criminal justice reform. Most black people are not in prison. Okay? By the way, most black people are not in prison. So I understand we want that criminal justice reform. We want mainly the race soldiers that harm us, there be a penalty, qualified immunity to be gone. You understand? But jail reform and all that, why does that always have to be attached to black people? The majority of us is not in prison or in jail. We want economic opportunities. We want to be able to run our businesses without it being sabotaged and give the same opportunity, the same contracts these other folks get opportunity to. That's what we want. We want economics. All right.
See people actually paying attention. And sometimes that means being able to physically be here and engage.
Black turnout soared here in the Obama years, but it dropped in 2016 and was flat in 2020. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade the Joe Biden presidency in terms of its impact on your life and your community?
A 4.
People in general, I think, tend to be pretty loyal.
Once again, sister, I understand you gave him a 4. Why would you give him a 4? He hasn't done nothing for us. Nothing. He gets a -4 as far as I'm concerned. What are you kidding me? Joe Biden gets a -4. The Democrats and Joe Biden will get a -4, not a 4. They haven't done absolutely nothing. You understand, sister? They're giving the immigrants everything they want when they come over here. They gave the Asian people a hate crime bill when the FBI came out and said that the most hated hate crimes that's done in this country is done to black people. Do you understand? But they gave the Asians a hate crime bill, and they gave them money, and they gave them tangibles. They gave the LGBT protection. The only thing people they didn't give nothing to is your black behind. You understand? So remember that.
To the Democratic Party. And sometimes I wonder, just based on how that party has performed thus far for people of color, if we should continue to be.
Jones is no Trump fan, but he thinks it's foolish to bet on Trump motivating black turnout.
I get people saying they're not going to vote. That's my fear. That they see those two and they're going to say, screw it. We're damned anyway.
If you're Joe Biden and you want to be reelected, he'd have a problem today, right?
Yes, he will. He'll have a big problem.
Johnson's work could well help the president. But listen, if it were just Biden and Trump, who'd you vote for?
Look, this dude is canvassing, I think, for the Democrats. He can't even say himself whether he will vote for Joe Biden. Are you kidding me? That's the worst.
That's just a tough one.
A young man who says the country needs big change. Determined to boost Milwaukee's black turnout, yet not sure who gets his vote. Just stunning. That young man there, I don't know who I'm going to vote for, a young black man in Milwaukee who's actually part of this activist community. Then you have the older black women answering the door. So yeah, people died for my right to vote, but I'm not sure I'm going to vote because I'm so disaffected and disenchanted. And it matters. There's a year to fix it. But remember, 2 times in a row, Wisconsin alone, big battleground state, decided by about 20,000 votes. So it doesn't take many people staying home or going the other way to flip the state.
There it is. There you go. There you go. People are tired, and I'm glad black people are waking up. Glad you're waking up. Like, why would you go vote for nothing or go vote for them to do everything? Not only do everything for everyone else, actually do things to harm you, to replace you, to bring people in to take your resources and say, ha ha, we always tell you we ain't got no money for you. We closed down your schools, but we got money for these other illegal immigrants to come in here. We got money for that. Yes, we do. We have money for that. You see, they tell you to go suck a lemon. Like, okay. Well, once we coming back to the original question, why should black people vote Democrat? Why? Like I said, I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm asking you, why should you vote Democrat when they gave us nothing? No protections. They gave other people protection. They gave you nothing. They actually got an Asian hate crime bill. That is a slap in your face directly as a black person when you know we the most hated in this country. You know it, and everybody else knows it too. The FBI has the numbers to show it. Do you understand? The FBI, while they were passing that bill, the FBI put those numbers out there while they were doing this. I don't know if they was like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to throw something in their face like, yeah, by the way, you're passing this so-called hate crime bill. Those people are the most hated, actually. Actually. If you want the truth, actually. That propaganda they used that Asians was getting attacked, especially by black people and all of that, it's all propaganda. The only real threat that they had was like one of those white boys who ran up into the salon and killed all those Asian people. That's your real threat. It's not black people. The real threat, the real threat is going to come and blow your head off. You see? You see how that works? But what do you think, people? Let me know. Curious. Are the Democrats in trouble 2024? I believe they are. Because what have they done? Not just for black people, for anyone. When you talk about the rise in the cost of everything, that affects every, like, we're about to be in wars. Who cares if it's the Republicans? One thing is for sure, the Republicans are going to shut off the doors, and not allow a whole bunch of people to come into your neighborhoods, take over your parks, where your senior citizens and your kids go to. They're going to shut the border. Not only that, allow a roundup of these people. And people might say, "Oh, this is xenophobia." No, this is not. This is black people saying, "Hey, we haven't gotten the resources we should have gotten. Never. And the little resources we have, you're gonna come and let other people suck them dry. This is just about survival. When you seek asylum, asylum's supposed to be because you're running from a war-torn country, not because of economic deprivation. You see? So they're illegally in our country. And the Joe Biden and the Democrats are aiding and abetting. Well, the government itself is aiding and abetting in this. Where our laws are being broken. Well, let me know what you feel. We are in trouble if we don't stop this. We do not have all the resources. Resources are fine as they are, as it is. We don't have all the resources to feed and take everybody else in. It needs to stop now, or the people here are going to be replaced. You're not going to be able to, there's not going to be enough economics for you. The jobs that they have to pay you $30 for, they'll pay them $16 and fire you. Get rid of you. Have a huge layoff talking about, oh, we can't pay you, and then they'll hire the immigrants at half the price. This is something that is unbelievable. And if we stay quiet about it, it's going to affect all communities. If you're an American citizen, whether you're black, white, it's going to affect you too. Those jobs that you think that you want, they will rather pay them half price than pay you $30. They pay them $15 and pay you $30 to do the same job. Trust me. You see? So people sit back, and if you allow this to happen, it's gonna be horrible for us. So tell me what you think.